"Come here, child." Ataturk would address the people whom he liked as child in his Rumelian Turkish dialect, regardless of their age. For Ataturk, childhood symbolized freshness, future, and innocence. In his domestic travels around Turkey, wherever he went, he had great pleasure in spending time with actual children. Today's children would be tomorrow's adults and would play a significant part in the destiny of their nation. That's why Ataturk considered the education of children a very important task and always advised teachers to educate their students to be independent in thought, conscience, and understanding. To belittle children by silencing or not listening to them, Ataturk found such attitude extremely wrong. In a school visit, he addressed the children who met him as, "Little ladies and gentlemen, each one of you is the rose and the star of the future and the light of prosperity. You're the ones who will enlighten the country. We expect a great deal from you." His friend Hasan Rıza Soyak, who observed him playing with one of his adopted children, Ülkü, had written the following, quote, "When I entered his room, I saw little Ülkü on his lap. Both were having a lot of fun. The child was shrieking with laughter, pulling his golden hair, squeezing his nose, and slapping his face from time to time with her little hands. He'd also turned into a child. He was bursting with laughter and also trying to protect his face at the same time." Unquote. Besides little Ülkü, Ataturk brought up and raised many poor and orphaned children, such as Zehra, Rukiye, Nebile, Sabiha, Ömer, and Abdurrahim. Ataturk earned the love of all children, alongside the love of his adopted children. He was also known as the father of the Turks. At one school performance in Izmit, a small boy, after watching Ataturk with admiring glances, suddenly jumped onto his lap and started kissing him. This boy was followed by his other classmates, who ran away from their teachers and started doing the same thing. Once, explaining his opinion on childhood, he told one of his friends, "It's a marvelous thing to be a child. Aren't they just cute and sweet creatures? Do you know what I like most about them? They don't have a shred of hypocrisy in them. I love their direct attitude, telling about their wishes and feelings." Turkish children and the children of the world were very precious to Ataturk, who had a golden heart full of love for humanity. The 23rd of April, which had been celebrated as the National Sovereignty Festival since 1921, was transformed a few years later with the efforts of the Children Protection Institution and with the support and contributions of President Mustafa Kemal Ataturk into a day that celebrated children. And since 1927, it's been known as Children's Day. In later years, the celebrations were traditionalized.